Colorado High School Activities Association softball is on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network from Weld Central High School. It's the third game of the regular season for the Brush Beat Diggers as they take on the Weld Central Rebels in Keensburg. I'm John Beltran as we're looking to clean up this signal as much as possible as we begin play. And it's amazing the Beat Diggers have not played in 8 days and are 1-1, whereas this Weld Central team has played 10 games already. 10 games, and they are 5-5 on the season. We'll get to the Beat Diggers starting lineup here momentarily for head coach Tom Odell. They're dressed in their white uniforms with the black pants, and Weld Central in all black with the red numerals and the lettering. The Beat Diggers looking to get out to an early run after losing to Berthoud a week ago yesterday by a score of 8-6 after a 17-3 victory over Faith Christian in the opening game of the season, and that was at Valley High School. Momentarily, we'll get to the Brush starting lineup. Borrow locally from people you know at Equitable Savings and Loan. Equitable has been providing personal bankers to help you through all the steps. Stop by one of 10 locations across the plains or visit equitable-savings.com. Avery Lefevre will be the pitcher today for the Beat Diggers. Starting lineup is brought to you by B&B Appliance. From refrigerators to vacuums and everything in between, they have exactly what you need and service it too. That's B&B Appliance and Repair. Batting first for the Beat Diggers is a shortstop, Braylon Rule. Second baseman Reese Lambert hits second, and center Carly Tatalini's the third hitter. The cleanup hitter's the right fielder Mason Unrein. Cashlin Tatalini, the left fielder, hits fifth. At third, Amayo Bruno hits sixth. Over at first, Olivia Gillick bats seventh. Pitcher Avery Lefevre hits eighth. And catcher Delaney Draggart is the ninth hitter. Let's set it up defensively for Weld Central. Anastasia Hernandez is on the mound with Tess Williamson behind the plate. Leah Rupel's at first. Avery Park is at second. The shortstop is Kayla Kitzman. Cashley Hayden at third. Around the outfield, Samantha Stammen left. Bailey Park in center. And Tessa Abear is in right field. Opening pitch is brought to you by Buildings by Design. First impressions we know are important. Buildings by Design will make your vision a reality. Visit buildingsbydesign.com. And here is Braylon Rule, and the pitch. Swinging a foul to the screen on the changeup. No balls and one strike. Here to Braylon Rule, right-handed hitter for the Beat Diggers. And the pitch, and that's up and away, and the count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike. One and one here to Rule, and the offering swung on in line. That's going to be caught by the shortstop. A soft liner caught by Kitzman. There's one down. That'll send up the two-hitter, Reese Lambert. Yeah, we hope to maintain as strong a signal here as we can. That pitch is swung on pop foul territory right side, and it's caught in foul territory by the first baseman, Leah Rupel. So on 3 pitches, 2 down, as Lambert is retired in the top of the first inning. And that'll send up Carly Tatalini batting for the left side. First 2 Beat Diggers from the right side. And that pitch is away. 1 ball and no strikes. Might have to get away from the metal here. Pitch is a strike. 1 and 1. With 2 down and the bases empty in the top of the first inning. And the offering up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. To Tatalini. And the pitch. Down and away again. 3-1 with Mason Unrein on deck. Pitch from Hernandez, and that changeup is a strike on the outside corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch swung on and lined foul off to the left. We're going to make an adjustment here momentarily. Wonder if the metal could be affecting our signal. 3-2 to Tadolini. And the offering. That's up and away. It's a walk, and that'll bring up Mason Unrein. Right-handed hitter, another senior. It's a heavy senior lineup for Brush. And the pitch swung on. That's popped up. The pitcher, Hernandez, backs up in the circle and makes the grab. And the Bee Diggers are retired in the top of the first inning. Yeah, we'll take this. The Bee Diggers strand a runner. Try to clean this up a little bit. With no score headed to the bottom of the first inning. Between Brush and Weld Central in Keensburg. Oh, there's a legend. And Weld Central head football coach Harrison Chisholm. All right, we'll head to the bottom of the first. The Bee Diggers don't score, and the Rebels are coming to bat here on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back in Keensburg as we head to the bottom of the first inning. And no score. We'll get to the Weld Central lineup here momentarily after the Bee Diggers had one on in the top of the first inning. Avery Lefevre in the circle for the Bee Diggers. And the offering. Swung on, lined, and caught by the shortstop, Braylon Rule. A line drive off the bat of Avery Park, and that ball was hit hard, but right to the glove of shortstop Braylon Rule. And there's one down. That'll send a Bailey Park to center fielder. Cashley Hayden, the third baseman, hits third. The cleanup hitter's Tess Williamson. Batting fifth is Anastasia Hernandez, the pitch. And that's on the inside corner for a strike. Kayla Kitzman, the shortstop, hits sixth. Left fielder Samantha Stambat, seventh. First baseman Leah Rupel hits eighth. And Tessa Abear in right hits ninth. 0-1 here to Park. And the pitch. And that is on the inside corner for a strike. Olivia Gillix at first, Reese Lambert at second, Braylon Rules at shortstop, Amaya Bruno at third, Cashlyn Tadolini in left, Carly's in center, Mason Unrein in right, Delaney Dragger behind the plate. And the 0-2 upstairs. One ball and 2 strikes. Here in the bottom of the first inning. And the pitch. Swung on and grounded right side. Nice play by the pitcher, Lefevre, to her left. She stabbed it on that second hop, and she throws to first for the out. Well, these pitchers looking good so far. Here is Cashley Hayden, another right-handed hitter for Weld Central. Lefevre looks in. She is a junior. And the offering. And that's inside. A ball and no strikes. Bee Diggers are back in action coming up on Thursday at home at 4 o'clock against Strasburg. We'll have it right here on 1010 KSIR. And a 1-0. Swung on and fouled to the backstop. Yeah, we apologize if we have anything digital in terms of the signal. Some internet traffic, it looks like, here in Keensburg. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 down and the base is empty. No score. Brush and Weld Central in Keensburg in the bottom of the first inning. And the pitch. And the changeup is way outside. Ball 2, strike 1. Both teams lost to Berthoud. 5-2 was the Berthoud victory over Weld Central. The pitch swung on and popped up at the infield into shallow right field, and it's going to be dropped by the second baseman, Lambert. That'll be an error. She got underneath it and dropped it. Only used that glove and not that right hand to secure it. And the Bee Diggers have had issues defensively in the past couple of seasons at times, and there's another one. On a routine flight, it was dropped. That's the first error of the game, and that sends up Tess Williamson, right-handed hitter. And the pitch. That is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Here to Tess Williamson. And the offering. Swung on, that's popped up. Shallow right field. Let's see who's going to grab it. The center fielder, Tatalini, to her left, is going to make the grab, taking control. And that does it for Weld Central in the bottom of the first inning. They get a base runner on a Bee Digger error as we head to the second inning. Brush nothing, Weld Central nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back from Weld Central High School in Keensburg. Let's head to the second inning. Game time temperature, by the way, 97 degrees, although it feels closer than maybe 90. Both teams had a base runner in the first inning. Here's Cashlyn Tatalini, and that pitch is a strike at the knees on the changeup. No balls and 1 strike. Tatalini, Bruno, and Gillick for Brush in the second inning. The pitch, and that is right there, belt high on the outer half. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Hernandez to the plate. Swung on and grounded up the middle. Second baseman to a knee. Picks it up, throws to first late. And the ball skips by. It's an infield hit. Avery Park did everything she could. That will be an infield hit. The first hit of the game for either side. It comes off the bat of Tatalini. Here's Amaya Bruno. Bruno had a base hit in that 8-6 loss to Berthoud. Today playing third. She caught in that game. The pitch. Squaring to bunt, lays it down right in front of the plate. Fielded by the pitcher. Throw to first in time. That sacrifice is successful. That sacrifice goes 1-3. And there's 1 down. One down for the number 7 hitter, Olivia Gillick. Playing first today for Brush, as she has the past couple of seasons. And that pitch is in the dirt. Nice block by Williamson. 1 ball and no strikes. Brush nothing, Weld Central nothing. Top of the second, a rare 6 p.m. start. But there are lights if we need them. And the offering. And that's upstairs. 2-0 with Avery Lefevre on deck. 2 balls and no strikes. To Olivia Gillick, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, to it right by her. Bought some heat there. 2 balls and 1 strike. First part of this game brought to you by Premier Farm Credit. The pitch right there for a strike inside corner. For over 100 years, they've been providing affordable, reliable, and consistent credit. Visit PremierACA.com. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. That's upstairs. Went with some heat there. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at second, 1 down. Top of the second inning. The Bee Diggers and Rebels are scoreless. Game number 3 for Brush. Game number 11 for the Rebels. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. It was a check swing. Might have been ball 4 on the inner half. And Gillick strikes out. There's 2 down. Here is Lefevre out of the 8-hole. Had a good first inning in the circle. And that pitch is upstairs. A ball and no strikes. To Avery Lefevre. So the Bee Diggers have lots of softball this week. Again, we'll have the Thursday game. We don't do the tournament games, just league games and the playoffs. That is fisted behind the plate, and a dive by Williamson. Couldn't get to it. It's a foul ball. That's a great effort there by Williamson, but it did not have enough trajectory there. Nearly made a sparkling play. Count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 down, a runner at second for Brush. Williamson lays down the sign. Hernandez to the plate. And that's in the dirt. Runner goes to third. The throw's going to be late. It'll be a steal for Cashin Tatalini. Bee Diggers looking for the first run of the game. 2 balls and 1 strike. There are 2 down in the second. Lefevre awaits the pitch. Swung on, that is lifted into shallow center field, but there should be a play, and the play is made out there. For the final out of the inning, the ball is secured by Bailey Park, and the Bee Diggers strand a runner at third base. No runs for Brush. On 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left at third. An inning and a half is in the books. Brush nothing, Weld Central nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran with you as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Brush nothing, Weld Central nothing. Avery Lefevre delivers the pitch, and that is low. Swung on and lined and caught by the shortstop, and the out is made. Caught by the shortstop rule on the 1-0 pitch. Hernandez is retired on the line drive. To begin the bottom of the second inning, no score. Here is Kayla Kitzman. Lefevre looks really good so far. The pitch swung on and fouled to the right there, in on the fist. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, all the rest of the games will be starting at 4 o'clock during the week. This is the one exception to pitch, and that's down and in. Count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike. The Bee Diggers have a hit. Weld Central is a base runner in the first inning via an error, and that's essentially it. And the pitch, and that bounces in. Ball 2, strike 1 to Kayla Kitzman. Another right-handed hitter for Weld Central. 1 out and the base is empty in the bottom of the second inning. Beautiful night, and it's cooling off a little bit. The pitch swung on and fisted foul towards the Weld Central dugout on the first base side, and the count levels at 2-2. No Brush football this week. The Bee Diggers defeated Fort Morgan 26-14. They're back at it a week from Friday in Yuma. 7 o'clock right here on 1010 KSIR. And that is called strike 3, just below the letters. Lots of heat there brought by Lefevre. And there's 2 down. And for Avery Lefevre, that's her first strike out of the game. Here's Samantha Stam, left fielder tonight for Weld Central. Bee Diggers did have a runner at third base in the second inning. And the pitch, swing and a miss to it right by her. No balls and 1 strike. Lefevre's got some very nice form, excellent form approaching the plate. The offering, that's a little bit high. Plenty of steam into the glove of Delaney Draggart. 1 ball and 1 strike. To the number 7 hitter, Samantha Stam. Lefevre looks in. And the pitch, swung on and fisted in the air right side. Gillick in foul territory makes the catch. And it is a 1-2-3 inning for Avery Lefevre. We head to the third in Keensburg with the score. Brush nothing, Weld Central nothing on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Delaney Draggart leads off the third, and was she clipped? Oh, that was close. Yep, apparently she was clipped by that pitch. I mean, that must have grazed an elbow or something. And it didn't look like much. Now we'll get a courtesy runner after the hit by pitch to Delaney Draggart. And here's Braylon Rule, so the Bee Diggers already with something going. And that one hit her as well. Wow. Two batters in a row. Looks like Hernandez is running over there for brush at second base, Alicia Hernandez. So back-to-back hit by pitches and scoring to bunt, and that pitch is foul. That pitch was a little bit high, but Lambert went for it anyway and fouls it back. No balls and one strike. Just wants to move the runners over to second and third with no score in the top of the third inning. Pitch from Hernandez, scoring to bunt, pops it up foul to the backstop. No balls and two strikes. The Bee Diggers had a runner at third base in the second inning. Weld Central has not really threatened at all, at least in the first two innings. Lefevre's pitched well. No balls and two strikes to pitch, and that's inside. 1-2 to Reese Lambert. Carly Tatalini waits to hit next. No runs on one hit for the Bee Diggers. They've committed an error. No runs, no hit for Weld Central. The offering. Swung on, that ball's hit on the ground, back to the pitcher, throw to first will be in time as Hernandez was spinning a little bit and then decided to make the play at first. It almost works like a bunt as the runners advance to second and third with a ball hit off the end of the bat. One out for Carly Tatalini, who walked her first time up. And that pitch is up and away, 1 ball and no strikes. All she really has to do is pull the ball, and that should score a run. Hernandez with plenty of speed at third. And this Hernandez to the plate, swung on, grounded to second. That'll score a run. Park to the plate for some reason late. That's not the right play. That'll be a fielder's choice and an RBI. I'm not sure why Park did not go to first. There was no play at the plate, but she went through with it anyway. And the Bee Diggers lead 1-0. Yeah, that was hit to her right. She had to go to first just to make the play. And that one swung on and lifted towards short. Infield fly is called, and the catch is made. And there's 2 down. So lots of action here early as the Bee Diggers get the run, as Mason Unrein is now 0 for 2 after popping out to the shortstop, Kayla Kitzman. Here's Cashlyn Tatalini. Swung on and driven foul off to the left. No balls and 1 strike. Tatalini singled and was stranded in her first plate appearance. Bee Diggers at first and second with nobody out. They have scored a run with a runner at third and 1 at first with 2 down. The pitch. Swung on and grounded left side. That's a base hit into left field. Here is Braylon Rule. She crosses home plate, throw to second. And back there is Carly Tatalini, RBI single for Cashlyn. She's 2 for 2, and the Bee Diggers lead the Rebels in Keensburg 2-0. On a simple ground ball to the left side. Here's Amaya Bruno. She had a sac bunt her first time up. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Took something off of that from the right-hander Anastasia Hernandez. No balls and 1 strike. Well, this was set up by 2-hit batsmen. And that's in the dirt. Runner to third, no throw. Trail runner to second, and the ball was caught by the shortstop on that throw from Williamson. Now the Bee Diggers have 2 in scoring position. Carly gets a stolen base. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 on, 2 out, 2 in. 2-0. Brush leads Weld Central in the third. And the offering. And that's inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. And if Avery Lefevre continues to pitch the way she has, the Bee Diggers will be in great shape in this one. Awaiting a big home game on Thursday against Strasburg. 2-1. The offering. Way outside. 3 balls and 1 strike, and Olivia Gillick is on deck. 3-1 to Amaya Bruno. A very versatile player defensively. At third today, has caught a lot for Brush. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, throw back to third, and the tag. And she is out. What a tag and a throw there. And Carly Tatalini is doubled up. A perfect throw by Williamson. And she has picked off third base. 2-5, and the Bee Diggers are retired in the top of the third, but they get 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors and a base runner left. We head to the bottom of the third inning. It is Brush 2, Weld Central nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Congratulations. You studied hard.
And the first pitch is a strike on a foul ball, actually. Avery Lefevre to begin the bottom of the third inning, pitching to Leah Ruppel. 2-0 Brush leads Weld Central 8-9-1. And the pitch, and that's down and in, nearly hit her. If Ruppel doesn't back off the plate, it would have clipped her on the ankles. That's how the Bee Diggers got their 2 runners across, hit by pitches to begin the top of the third. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lefevre retired the side in order in the second inning. And the offering, and that's down and in. 2-1. Big game for Bee Digger pitching, no doubt about it. They had to use 2 pitchers in an 8-6 loss to Berthoud. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-1, I should say. And that's up and in. Now it's 3-1. 3-1 to the 8-hitter. That's the other thing. You get ahead early. And then you've thrown 3 consecutive out of the zone. Let's see if she can come back here. The pitch, not even close. Almost hit her in the ankles again. It's a walk. The first walk issued by Lefevre. That brings up Tessa Hebert, the number 9 hitter. And that's what you want to do. You get a 2-0 lead. You want to immediately extinguish Weld Central. Let's see if she comes back here against the 9-hitter. The pitch, squaring to bunt, lays it down left side. It's a very good bunt. The throw to first is going to be offline and off the glove of Gillick. Lead runner to third. Now the throw's going to be made to second, and that ball's going to be off the back of the base runner. Well, we'll call it a base hit and an error. The Bee Diggers now with their second error of the game after an infield hit. And just like that. And that's off the glove of Gillick. And here's Avery Park, and just like that, Weld Central is knocking on the door, about to tie the game in the bottom of the third inning. The infield is playing in with a 2-0 lead. The pitch, strike on the inside corner. Avery Park lined to the shortstop Rule in the first inning. Lefevre looks in. And the pitch, squaring to bunt, and it's down and in. Nice block there by Draggart. The count levels at 1-1. Very dangerous part of the order, the top of the order for Weld Central. Got to make sure if there's a play at the plate, you make it, but if not, just go to first. You don't want to force it. The pitch, squaring to bunt, and that's off the glove of Draggart. Base runner holds up at third. 2 balls and 1 strike. Lefevre looked really sharp in the first 2 innings, but trying to find the zone right now in the bottom of the third with Brush up 2-0, 2 on in scoring position with nobody out. The pitch, that is a strike at the knees on the inner half. Perfect location. The count levels at 2-2. Draggart sets up the target. Lefevre with a 2-2 pitch. And that hit her on the left leg. And the bases are loaded. And here comes Bailey Park. Park grounded out to Lefevre in the first inning. If she does that, you can go to the plate and set up a 1-2-3 double play. But Avery's got to make sure where the ball is going. She has lost her location with a walk, an infield hit, and a hit batter. The pitch, that is a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Neither team scored in the first 2 innings. The Bee Diggers countered with 2 runs in the top of the third, and the offering swung on, popped up, infield fly is called. Bruno is going to make the catch at third, 1 down. Wow, double play could end this without a run being scored. Cashley Hayden reached on an error on the ball that was dropped by the second baseman Lambert, her first time up. Lambert is playing way in. She's even closer in at second than Rule is at short. There's a big gap in the middle, and that ball nearly hit her. It did. It did. Yeah, I think it did clip her on the left leg, and that scores a run. It's 2-1. Second hit batsman. Both teams have hit two batters in this third inning. Tess Williamson popped to the center fielder, Carly Tatalini, in her first plate appearance. Weld Central could take the lead with a base hit. Lefevre ready. Lefevre to the plate. That's a strike. That's a heater. Bell tie, it's 0-1. A lot of defensive action and great pitching in the first two innings. We've had a little bit of everything in the third on both sides. 0-1. The pitch. Swung on and grounded for a base hit into left field. That will score one run. They're going to send the runner around third. Throw to the plate and a hop. The tag. And out at the plate to nail Avery Park from second base on a perfect throw from Cash Tatalini, and the tag applied by Draggart. That'll go 7-2. It drives in a run, but there's two down. Yeah, I'm surprised that base runner was sent. Here's Anastasia Hernandez. She is 0 for 1. Second hit of the inning for Weld Central, but I'm not sure why Park was sent. That throw got her by quite a bit. Hernandez's liner was to the shortstop. Rule, her first time up, swung on, line up the middle, and that's going to be off the glove of the shortstop. Rule headed to center, runner around third, throw to the plate is going to be late, and it skips by the catcher Draggart. And the hitter Hernandez to second, and Weld Central leads 3-2. RBI single for Anastasia Hernandez. Two more runners in scoring position as Hernandez took second on the throw home. And 3 hits in the inning. And we will have a courtesy runner for Weld Central. That's going to be Samantha Pickett. But again, this started with a hit by pitch, and Lefevre's hit a couple of batters and walked a hitter as well. And Weld Central and the Bee Diggers have committed an error. So too much going on for Brush defensively that is not good. The pitch, that is a little bit up and in. Looked pretty good from here. To Kayla Kitzman, who struck out looking in her first plate appearance. 1 ball and no strikes. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Weld Central's overtaken Brush, leading 3-2 on their home field. That's a strike on the inside corner with a heater. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kitzman, the shortstop, tonight for Weld Central. Lefevre looks in at the target. Comes to the plate. Swung on and fisted in the air. Gillick is going to make the grab. And Weld Central is retired in the bottom of the third inning. However, Weld Central scores 2 runs on 3 hits. There was a Bee Digger error. And 2 left. All the runs scored in this third inning. The Bee Diggers had 2 in the top half, and the Rebels with 3 in the bottom half. We head to the fourth. Weld Central 3, Brush 2 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Weld Central leads Brush 3-2. Let's head to the top of the fourth inning. Inning brought to you by Stubbs Gas and Oil. Your one-stop shopping does exist. Gas, food, and all your travel accessories. Get off I-76 at exit 66A in Wiggins to visit them. Great stuff in Wiggins there. Stubbs Gas and Oil. Bee Diggers had a 2-0 lead, but Weld Central responded with 3 runs as Amaya Bruno takes that pitch away. She was at the plate when Tatalini was picked off third to end the top of the third. Bruno, Gillick, and Lefevre against Hernandez, and that pitch is upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Bee Diggers have got to play better defensively. 2 errors in the game. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. A little bit off pace there. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Amaya Bruno, the pitch. And that's up and in. Count moves to 3-1. Amaya Bruno, her first time up, had a sac bunt. The offering swung on and lifted into shallow center, going out, and it's off the glove of Park. She nearly made a backhanded catch. It'll go as a base hit. She was still on the run. Nearly made a sparkling catch in shallow center. We'll give her the base hit. And here is Olivia Gillick, who struck out swinging in her first plate appearance. Yeah, definitely could have been caught out there. Swing and a miss. Yeah, Gillick looks a little bit discombobulated at the plate. Took a check swing and struck out her first time up, wants to settle in. And the offering squaring to bunt, and that's a nice bunt up the third base side. Barehanded, throw to first is going to be over the head of the first baseman. Backed up over there. Bruno to third, and the throw is going to be late. We'll score that an infield hit and an error, allowing the base runner to go to third on a very nice bunt there by Olivia Gillick. As the error was committed by Cashley Hayden, Here's Avery Lefevre. She popped to center in the second inning. Bee Diggers have a courtesy runner out there. Not sure who 17 is on the roster. Thank you. Michelle Headley, yep. I have to update the roster there. So Headley's at first. And at third is Bruno. And the Bee Diggers are looking to grab the lead again after being up 2-0 early. So there's the change being made by the umpire at first base with a courtesy runner Headley. And the Bee Diggers down 3-2, but runners at first and third with nobody out in the top of the fourth inning. Lefevre trying to help her own cause, but here's the deal. If the Bee Diggers score, they got to do it on the defensive end. They had this 2-0 lead, and then things came unraveled for Brush in the bottom of the third. Squaring to bunt, and takes it for a strike. Runner to second, no throw. Headley with a steal. Two runners in scoring position. No balls and one strike. Now, you got to expect Lefevre to swing away now. No reason to bunt with nobody out. Delaney Draggart is on deck. And the pitch. Swung on and grounded up the middle. Lefevre gets a base hit as Park dove to her right. Runner around third scoring. Throw back to first. The tag. And safe. Lefevre gets back in there. She nearly overran the bag. But it's an RBI single as Bruno scores, and the game is tied at 3 in the top of the third inning. Bee Diggers have to be careful on the bases. They nearly ran themselves into another out. And Molly Wolf is the courtesy runner at first for Brush. So Headley at third, Wolf at first in a 3-3 game. And all of a sudden the offenses have picked up a bit for Brush in the top of the fourth. We're not getting a 1-0 game. Not that it was looking like in the first couple of innings. Now it might be the first to 10 the way we're going. Nobody out. The pitch, and that's a check swing foul up the first base side by Delaney Draggart, hit by a pitcher first time up. Hernandez unofficially has thrown 52 pitches. The right-hander to the plate. Swung on, lined, and caught. And then stepping on the bag is Leah Ruppel. Lefevre checked at. Wolf is doubled up. It's a double play. On the soft line drive hit by Draggart, 2 outs. So 2 down. The pitch. Swung on, lifted into left center field to her right, and making the grab is Bailey Park. And just like that, the Bee Diggers had a major threat. They scored a run and scored no more, a double play, and the fly ball into left center. The Bee Diggers do pick up a run. but they strand a base runner. 3 1/2 innings are in the books. From Keensburg, it's Brush 3, Weld Central 3 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brush 3, Weld Central 3 in Keensburg as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Bee Diggers blew a huge opportunity, 1st and 3rd and nobody out. A double play and a pop to center. The pitch down and in. Avery Lefevre pitching to Samantha Stam. This is 7, 8, and 9 in the bottom of the 4th. Can make this a 3-inning game. The pitch. That's upstairs. Stam popped up her first time out. 2 balls and no strikes. And the junior to the plate. Swung on and hit in the air to center field. Tatalini's going back, still going back. She makes the catch. I tell you what, Carly Tatalini is a vacuum cleaner in center field. Nothing is going to drop there. Way too good of a center fielder. 1 down for Leah Ruppel. Yeah, anything in the air. Really in the outfield, the Bee Diggers have an excellent defensive outfield. The infield is where they have to clean things up. Ruppel walked and scored her first time up in that 3-run 3rd inning. Lefevre looking in. The pitch, that's up and in. 44 pitches so far for Lefevre, 29. Make it 25 strikes and 19 balls. Would like a 2-to-1 ratio ideally. And the 1-0. Swung on, popped up, shallow right field. Here comes Unrein, and she backs up, makes the catch. Ooh. Nearly overran it, but made the catch. Nice adjustment by Mason Unrein. And there's 2 down. Mason's another player that plays multiple positions, including pitcher. 2 down for the number 9 hitter, Tessa Hebert. And she singled in her first plate appearance. Lefevre digs in, swung on and fouled. Lefevre got a lot of help there. That pitch was well above the zone. No balls and 1 strike. Righty against righty with the bases empty and 2 down in the bottom of the 4th inning. The offering, and that's off the glove to the screen of Draggart. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the Bee Diggers and Strasburg Indians play on Thursday at 4 o'clock in Brush. That'll be right here on 1010 KSIR. Here it's 3-3 in the 4th inning in the home half of the 4th. And that is a strike at the knees. A perfect pitch by Lefevre. 1 ball and 2 strikes. She had a perfect 2nd inning, looking good in the even number innings. Trying to go 1, 2, 3 in the 4th. Hebert awaits the pitch. Well, that one sails to the screen. 2-2. Well, we could be down to a 3-inning game. Basically almost starting over. Just get this hitter out, get back in the dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the offering. Swung on, lined on, a couple of hops there. Barehanded, throw to first is going to be in time. Oh, that's an excellent play and a ball that died. It just died to the right of Lefevre, but an athletic play by the pitcher. It's a 1, 2, 3 inning as we head to the 5th. In Keensburg, Brush 3, Weld Central 3 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. On the first pitch of the 5th inning, Reese Lambert pops up to the shortstop, Kayla Kitzman, and there's out number 1. Reese Lambert is now 0 for 3 after that pop-up. And that will send up the number 3 hitter, Carly Tatalini. He's had a good game so far. Walk in a fielder's choice to pitch. That changeup is there for a strike at the knees on the outer half. It's 0-1. Followed by Mason Unrein. Brush 3, Weld Central 3 in the top of the 5th inning. The Bee Diggers scored 2 runs in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and Weld Central's 3 runs came in the 3rd. The offering, up and in. Count levels at 1-1. Again, big difference in games for these teams this year. Weld Central's played 10 games already, and Brush has played only 2. 1 ball and 1 strike, and the pitch swung on and driven foul down the right side. Count is at 1-2. Yeah, she wants that same. Well, nope, she's not going to get the same softball. Yep, now she is. They throw that one back in. Yeah, you get a feel for a used ball, and you want to keep that ball in play. Those newer balls seem to be more slick. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 out. The base is empty in the top of the 5th inning. The Bee Diggers and Rebels are deadlocked at 3. The pitch. Changeup is upstairs from the right-hander, Anastasia Hernandez, on her 59th pitch of the game. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The offering. Swung on, popped up in the infield. The second baseman, Park, is going to make the catch. And there's 2 down. 2 down for Mason Unrein, who has popped out twice to the infield. This inning brought to you by Better Electric, covering all electric work, as that pitch is a strike. From residential to commercial to agricultural, Better does matter at Better Electric, 970-521-1030. That's a strike with a changeup on the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes to Mason Unrein. Hernandez looking for a 1-2-3. The pitch, foul to the backstop on a pitch that was up and in. No balls and 2 strikes to Mason Unrein, a senior right fielder for Brush. And the offering. Swung on, that is driven in the air to center field. That's going to be a routine play, and the catch is made. And it's a 1-2-3 inning as Bailey Park puts it away. The Parks make the plays in this inning. We have played 4.5 innings in Keensburg. Still anybody's game. It's Brush 3, Weld Central 3 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Hear that? It's the sound of you. John Beltran back with you in Keensburg. It's Brush 3, Weld Central 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Avery Lefevre faces Avery Park. The pitch. Change-up, swing and a miss. That pitch was nasty with a capital N. On the 51st pitch thrown by Lefevre. Park is lined out, hit by a pitch. He's 0 for 1. Well, that would have been a great 2-strike pitch. Totally off balance. The offering. Swung on and fouled. Well, on those first 2 pitches, Avery Lefevre looks like the pitcher that was in the circle in the 2nd and 4th innings with total command. No balls and 2 strikes. Heart of the order for Weld Central in this 5th inning. And the pitch. Up and away off the glove of Dragger to the backstop. It is 1-2. Avery Park followed by Bailey Park and then Cashley Hayden. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dragger setting up on the outside corner of the pitch. Swung on and lifted deep into left center field. That's got some major carry towards the fence, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Around first to second is Park, headed for third, and she's in there with a leadoff triple. And then the ball gets away, but it's backed up by Lefevre and fielded by Draggart off the ricochet. And for Weld Central, that is their 4th hit of the game, and the first for Avery Park, who nearly hit it out. And the go-ahead run is at third base, and Bailey Park is grounded out and popped out, 0 for 2. Will the Bee Diggers play the infield in? They will. Lefevre gets a sign from Draggart. The pitch. Change-up is a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Weld Central led briefly 3-2 after 3 innings when the Bee Diggers counted at the top of the 4th. The pitch, squaring to bunt, lays it down foul, third base side. It's 0-2. Not a bad idea. No balls and 2 strikes to Bailey Park. Nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Rebels are knocking on the door. Lefevre looking for a pop-up or a strikeout. The pitch. That's upstairs, and the count is at 1-2. That's a nice snag by Draggart. Excellent defensive play by the senior catcher. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Twirling that softball is Lefevre to the plate. Swung on line, base hit into left field. Avery Park scores. Bailey Park with an RBI single. And Weld Central leads Brush in the bottom of the 5th inning, 4-3. Did not hit it hard, but in the perfect spot. Cashley Hayden has been on base twice. He was on via an error and was also hit by a pitch. Lefevre delivers. Swung on, pop foul, and had a play off to the right. No balls and 1 strike. The lights are on in Keansburg, but there's plenty of natural light. So that's not a factor right now. With a runner at first and nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning, Weld Central has a run across on back-to-back base hits. The pitch. That's upstairs. Draggart with another nice job of pulling down that ball on that rise ball. Count evens at 1-1. To the right-handed hitting Cashley Hayden. Avery Lefevre delivers. Swung on, pop foul, and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, got to get this out. Got to get this out here. You don't want Weld Central to initiate a big rally. Draggart setting up on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hayden awaits the pitch. Here it is. Change up outside. Runner to second. The throw, the tag, and late. It's a stolen base for Bailey Park. And if there's a pitch that you're going to steal on, it's going to be a changeup. Excellent throw by Draggart, but again, you go on a changeup, you're going to steal that base 9 times out of 10. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The offering. And that is down and in. Just missed. 3-2. Tess Williamson waits to hit next. The pitch. And that is low off the glove of Draggart. Runner to third and a late throw. Now runners at the corners. And Weld Central's perhaps in position. Well, they're definitely in position for a double-digit lead. Or multiple run lead, I should say, not double-digit. Tess Williamson has popped out and singled in a run. 1 for 2 in the game. You would think Hayden, the trail runner, might be taking off at some point. Lefevre gets a sign to the plate. On the inside corner for a strike. There's an uncontested steal of second. You got Bailey Park and Cashley Hayden at second. 0-1 to Williamson from the right side. The offering. Swung on and grounded to third along the line, and it's fair. And Bruno fielded it. Nothing she could do. It went off her glove. I don't know if she would have got Williamson out anyway. That would have been a really tough play. A run scores. It's 5-3. Runner holds up at second. That would have been a tough play. Williamson with plenty of speed. Unofficially a hit. It could have been scored in error. Either way, here's Hernandez, 1 for 2 with an RBI single. The pitch. Swung on and grounded slowly left side. Braylon Rule charges, fields, throws, and in time, but the runners advance for the first out of the 5th inning. Now the B-Diggers really have to play this infield in, down 5-3, with runners at second and third in the bottom of the 5th inning. And here's Kayla Kitzman, who has struck out and popped out. Lefevre needs a pop-up right now. The offering. That's a strike. On the inner half at the knees, it's 0-1. Weld Central 5, Brush 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning in Keansburg. Lefevre to the plate. Swung on and fisted foul along the first base side. 0-2. The inning began with a monstrous triple by Avery Parks. He scored on Bailey Parks' single. They just tallied another run. No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swung on and grounded slowly left side. Rule charges. Throws to first for the out, but a run scores. There might have been a play at the plate. Now the ball gets away on a throw to third. I'm not sure why that throw was made on an error by Gillick. It's now 7-3. Yeah, that throw did not need to be made. The base runner was really on the bag, and now it's a 7-3 game. And the Bee Diggers have committed a third error. And here's Samantha Stam. And again, this is what we've been talking about. The infield defense has got to really clean up for Brush if they're going to be contenders. And that pitch is a ball. Samantha Stam has popped out twice. Weld Central's committed just 1 error in the game. The Bee Diggers have 5 hits to the Rebels 6. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch. That's upstairs. It's 2-0. This was a 3-3 game. And now Weld Central has got a pretty good lead right now. And the pitch. That's a strike at the knee. He's got the bottom of the zone. The board is incorrect. Should be 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1. The board has got 2-2 for some reason. 2 balls and 1 strike to Samantha Stam. The pitch. Swung on and grounded slowly right side. Second baseman Lambert the first. And late. That's an infield hit. That is an infield hit. Yeah, Lambert played that perfectly, but nothing you could do there. That's a lot of speed by Stam getting down the line on a ball that was cued out there. Here's Leah Rupel, who walked and popped out. That was a bang-bang play at first, but that's the right call. She barely beat it out. Rupel at 0 for 1. Pitch by Lefevre, down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Weld Central 7, Brush 3. Bee Diggers had a 2-0 lead after 2.5. The pitch, very high. 2-0. This is the 8th hitter of the inning for Weld Central. Two balls and no strikes to Leah Rupel. The pitch, swung on and fouled straight back. 2-1. Yeah, what the Rebels have on the Bee Diggers is game experience this year. 5-5 going in. The Bee Diggers with only 2 games under their belt going into today. The pitch, changeup is fisted and caught! Caught by Delaney Draggart to her right. That's an excellent athletic play by the senior catcher for Brush. And the inning is over, but plenty of damage is done. 4 runs for the Rebels on 4 hits. There was a Bee Digger error and 1 left. 5 innings are complete in Keensburg. It's Weld Central 7, Brush 3 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Time for the Bee Diggers to rally as we head to the top of the 6th inning. We have a situation down the right field line delaying the start of this inning. I don't know what it is. No idea. Sometimes you see like car headlights or something like that. Bee Diggers trail. By a score of 7-3. And the pitch swung on and grounded foul along the third base side. No balls and 1 strike. This is Cashlyn Tatalini. She has 2 of the 5 hits the Bee Diggers have accumulated. And the offering. Swung on and popped up. The center fielder Park to her left, and the ball is caught by the left fielder Stam. Boy, that was nearly a collision at the end, but Stam made the catch. One down. One down for Amaya Bruno. A sac bunt and a single, so Bruno's officially 1 for 1. The offering. That is right there on the outside corner for a strike. Belt high, it's 0-1. Anastasia Hernandez struggled just one inning. The other innings have been very good. The pitch. Swung on, that has popped up. The center fielder Park this time is under it. She ranges in and makes the catch. And there's 2 down. And Anastasia Hernandez is making quick work of Brush in this 6th inning. And we're going to have a pinch hitter. It'll be Brisa Aguirre Garcia who will hit in this spot for the Bead Diggers. Trailing 7-3 with 2 down and the bases empty. And Hernandez has thrown just 68 pitches to record 17 outs. That's pretty good. So here is the sophomore, Aguirre Garcia. The offering. Swung on and driven towards center field. That's, is it caught? No, it's off the glove of the center fielder Park. Nearly caught over shoe top. Throw to second, and Brisa's in there. It'll be a straight-up double. Park nearly caught it as she lunged. Then the ball got by her, but that scored a straight-up double for Aguirre Garcia. And she slid in head first. It wasn't the prettiest slide, but that uniform is dirty about 8 times over. Exactly the way she wanted it. On that line drive, she'll remain as a base runner. Here's Avery Lefevre. Man, Park covers a lot of ground. She nearly made a shoestring catch. Lefevre's 1 for 2. The pitch on the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Swung on and fisted foul territory right side, and it dropped just shy of the first base on deck circle. And it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. The Bead Diggers need a big-time rally, trailing 7-3 to the Weld Central Rebels. No balls and 2 strikes to Lefevre. Hernandez to the plate. Swung on and drifted into left field. Samantha Stam will make the catch on that fly ball along the line, and the Bead Diggers are denied in the 6th inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left at second. 5.5 innings are in the books. It is Weld Central 7, Brush 3 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Fall harvest season is upon us, and nothing will slow down your operation.
We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. A few changes for the Bead Diggers. Mason Unrein is now in the circle. Brisa Aguirre Garcia behind the plate, and in right field is Avery Lefevre. As the Bead Diggers trail Weld Central 7-3, it'll be 9-1-2. For Weld Central. Hebert singled and grounded out. Mason Unrein. And now, well, if we could have a home plate umpire, we'd get out of here quicker rather than put on a show along the first base side. I don't know what that is. All right, here we go in the bottom of the 6th inning. All right-handed hitters for Weld Central. The pitch way outside off the glove of Aguirre Garcia. 1 ball and no strike. The Bead Diggers would need a major rally or they would fall to 1-2. The offering inside 2-0. First of all, you got to hold Weld Central here. If not, it's going to make it very difficult. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch swung on line foul off to the first base side. We played about an hour and 14 minutes, fairly quick-moving game as we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Looks like Hernandez at first base over there. The pitch swung on and popped foul out of play. Behind the backstop, it's 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to Hebert. Mason Unrein, who threw a perfect game with 12 strikeouts last year against Valley, delivers. Swing and a miss. A strikeout of Hebert. And believe it or not, for B-Digger pitching, that's only their 2nd strikeout overall. Lefevre went 5 and had her lone strikeout early in the game. Here's Avery Park. Big difference maker, 1 for 2. She hit that triple to lead off the 5th inning. Squares to bunt, did not go. 1 ball and no strikes. Weld Central sent 8 batters to the plate in the 5th inning when they tallied 4 runs. They appealed at first, but there was no swing or no bunt attempt. Unrein to the plate. Upstairs, a little bit outside, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to Avery Park. The senior delivers. Swing and a miss. Nice delivery there by Mason Unrein. 2 balls and 1 strike. Unrein to the plate. Swung on. That's hit deep along the left field line. Way back towards the fence. Oh, and it's off the glove of the left fielder, Tattolini. Now to third is Park. They're going to send her to the plate, and she's going to score. It's going to be an inside the Parker, and Weld Central leads 8-3. That play was nearly made in left field. Oh, just off the glove. That would have been an incredible play out there, but it produces a run for Weld Central on that long fly ball, and they lead by 5. Bailey Park awaits the pitch, squares to bunt, bunts it right side, and now the throw to first is going to be late, and the ball ricochets off the runner, and now the throw to second will be late. That'll be an infield hit and a throwing error. Runner in scoring position off the infield single and miscue by Brush. Yeah, that was actually on the left side. It went off of Unrein and then barehanded by Bruno. It was late to first. It was an infield hit, but then once that ball got away, runner went to second. That results in Brush's 4th error of the game. All in the infield. Here is Cashley Hayden, who is 0 for 1. But give Weld Central credit. They've been hitting the ball. The B-Diggers, too many pop-ups in this game. The pitch, swinging a foul to the screen. No balls and 1 strike. The B-Diggers did have a 2-0 lead after 2.5. And the Rebels have scored 8 of the last 9 runs of this game. Pitch to Hayden. And that changeup in the dirt, runner to third, no throw. Hayden has aboard on an error, hit by a pitch, and walked. The infield is playing in, down by 5. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 in. Swing and a miss. Pitch around ankle level, it's 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to Cashley Hayden, the number 3 hitter in this lineup for Weld Central. The offering, swung on, popped foul, out of play. Count remains at 1-2. We'll have a very quick post game, and then we will head home as the B-Diggers are going to be in rally mode, but first they have to be in out mode. The pitch, swing and a miss. Throw back to third. Runner headed to the plate. Throw late. Park scores. It'll be a stolen base. The strikeout is recorded, but it's 9-3. Hayden strikes out, but Park took off for the plate, and the throw was high and late. Aggressive base running for Weld Central, and it's their second run of the inning. Here's Tess Williamson. Williamson is 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. The pitch, that's a strike on the outer half. No balls and 1 strike. Here to Tess Williamson. Unrein to the plate. Swung on and fouled straight back. No balls and 2 strikes. Unrein might be able to strike out the side in the inning. Swung on and lifted down the left field side, giving chase along the line, and the ball is going to drop foul. Remains at 0-2. Yeah, the B-Diggers, I'm sure, a little bit shell-shocked after that early lead. To find themselves down 9-3, probably the last thing they expected. Sure, I know it's the last thing I expected. No balls and 2 strikes to Williamson. The pitch, swung on and fouled off to the right. Count remains at 0-2. And the pitch, changeup is swung on, grounded foul along the third base side. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases empty, 2 across at the bottom of the 6th inning. Weld Central with a 9-3 advantage over Brush. Mason Unrein to the plate. Called strike 3, outside corner. She strikes out the side in order, but Weld Central, or not in order, but she strikes out the side. But Weld Central scores 2 runs as we head to the 7th. It's Weld Central 9, Brush 3 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. One final shot for the B-Diggers, trailing 9-3 as we head to the top of the 7th inning in Keensburg. It'll be Hernandez to lead it off here. Alicia Hernandez. 9-1-2 against Anastasia Hernandez. Swung on and fouled back. Yeah, Anastasia Hernandez has pitched really well after that 1 inning she struggled a bit in the 3rd. This inning brought to you by Rudy's Tires. Swung on, line, base hit into right field. They might try to make a play at first, and the throw's going to be over the head of the first baseman. Oh, a good throw would have had her, but it's a base hit. Rudy's Tires, 9 is the magic number. 9 locations across Northeast Colorado and Nebraska means there's always a location close by. Visit rudystires.com for more. If Abear makes a perfect throw, I think they get Hernandez at first, but it scored a base hit. Pitch to Rule, line down the left field line. That's a base hit. Hernandez to second. That's the way to start the rally for the B-Diggers. Back-to-back hits. Here's Reese Lambert, who is 0 for 3. Yeah, the B-Diggers will not be bunting at all unless it's for a base hit because they're down by 6. The pitch, swung on and grounded right side. Second baseman Park bobbles the ball, and the bases are loaded. She botched the play. That'll be an error. And that's nice base running by Rule, who was going by. And on 4 pitches, the B-Diggers have loaded the bases. Well, this is why there's no time limit in this game. You keep hitting, you keep swinging. Down 9-3. 2 singles and a miscue by Weld Central. That was their second error of the game. Carly Tatalini has walked, hit into a fielder's choice, and popped out. 0 for 2. Well, they don't need to play the infield in. I don't know why Weld Central's doing that. The pitch. That's a strike. Yeah, you don't need, you're up by 6. You play the infield back. And now they're still a little bit too close. The offering. That is a little bit below the knees. Good pitch. Count is at 1-1. The Bee Diggers have their biggest threat since the 4th inning. Down 9-3, bases loaded, nobody out. The offering. That is a strike. Top of the zone on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Weld Central 9, Brush 3. The pitch. In the dirt, blocked by Williamson. Yeah, no reason. If you're a runner at first or second, you are not going until the runner in front of you is advanced. Hernandez, Rule, and Lambert on the bases. And the 2-2. Swung on and grounded to first. And it's off the glove of the first baseman, Rupel. That'll score a run. Second run, Rule to the plate. She's in there. Now the runner to second. Second and third, the Bee Diggers scored 2 runs. An RBI and an error. And it's now 9-5. If Rupel feels that cleanly, all she has to do is step on the bag. So Tatalini gets 1 RBI. Weld Central has 2 errors in the inning on a routine grounder that was misplayed at first. And 2 runners in scoring position as on the throw to the plate, Tatalini took off for second. And on about 8 pitches, the Bee Diggers have 4 runners on base. 2 have scored already. Mason Unrein has popped out 3 times. Can the Bee Diggers pull off a miracle? Down 9-5. Nobody out, second and third in the 7th. The offering. Swung on and fisted slowly on the ground right side. And the underhand toss to first is in time. Park retires Unrein. Lambert scores. And Tatalini to third. It's 9-6. But they do get the first out of the inning. And here is Cashlin Tatalini, who is 2 for 3. The offering. Swung on and fouled off the end of the bat behind the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Weld Central's committed 2 miscues in the inning, but the Bee Diggers did start this rally with 2 base hits. 1 from Hernandez, 1 from Rule. No balls and 1 strike to pitch. Upstairs, and the count levels at 1-1. The tying run is on deck if Tatalini can reach. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on, 3 across in the offering. Very high. 2-1. Hernandez has thrown 85 pitches in this game. All of a sudden, we have a game. 2-1. Looking in. The pitch. High. Three balls and 1 strike to Cashlin Tatalini. Bruno waiting to hit next. The pitch. That is ball 4. Wow. That's been called a strike most of the game, but the Bee Diggers will take it below the knees. And let's see, Bruno will not hit. This will be, looks like Keely Langford instead. So first and third, 9-6. Weld Central with a lead. Yep, Langford will hit in this spot. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. A ball tailing away. Throw to third. And that nearly got away. But back to third is Tatalini. No balls and 1 strike. But Langford's got tons of speed. And the pitch. A check swing. That's a strike. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Only 1 out, and the tying run is at the plate for Brush. And the pitch. That's low on that changeup, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to Langford. The offering. Swung on. That ball's grounded left side, headed for left field. Fielded by the shortstop. Throw to second is late. An infield hit. A run scores. Tadolini crosses home plate. It's 9-7. Placed in the perfect spot. Cut off by Kitzman, but she had no play. And Keeley comes through. That's a big at bat there. Brisa Aguirre Garcia doubled. Pitches upstairs. You don't want to make a base running miscue now if you're Brush. They have played at 4 runs in the inning. And the go-ahead run is at the plate with 1 out. The pitch, a strike. Bell tie in the outer half. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Weld Central was 3 outs away with a 6-run lead. 2 outs away with a 2-run lead. 1-1. Swung on and fouled back. 1-2. To Brisa Aguirre Garcia. Hernandez is approaching 100 pitches. She's at 94. Tadolini at second, Langford at first. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss and a pitch tailing away. She chased and she strikes out. 2 down. Here's Avery Lefevre, who has popped to center, singled to center, and popped to left. Everything's been in the outfield for Lefevre. She is the pitcher of record, too. She is the go-ahead run if she can get into one. The offering. Upstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. Weld Central 9, Brush 7 with 2 outs and 2 on in the top of the 7th inning. Hernandez to the plate. In the dirt, blocked by Williamson. Yeah, these base runners for Brush cannot get too aggressive. And I'm talking more about Tadolini. She's an excellent base runner, but way off of second after that pitch in the dirt. Her run means nothing. It's Keeley Langford at first. If she scores, the game is tied. It's 2-0 to Lefevre. The offering. That's upstairs. And Alicia Hernandez is on deck. And watch out because Braylon Rule is behind her. 3 balls and no strikes. Lefevre will be taking, I'm sure, to load the bases. If it's ball 4, we'll find out. And the 3-0. That's down the middle for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. To the junior, Avery Lefevre. Cash, Tadolini at second. Keeley Langford with a pinch hit single at first, driving in a run. The offering. Low, and the bases are loaded for Hernandez, who singled to begin the inning. She had a base hit to right field. 10th hitter of the inning for Brush. The only outs in the inning, a ground ball and a strikeout. The Rebels have committed 2 errors. Both teams have 9 hits in the game. The B-Diggers have 4 errors and Weld Central with 3. Brush has stranded 5. Weld Central's left 4 on base. Even with all the runs, we're just over an hour and a half of game time. Hernandez at 1 for 1. Hernandez against Hernandez. The pitch. High. 1 ball and no strikes. Weld Central's in major trouble if they get to Braylon Rule. She's a game changer for Brush. The pitch. Swung on. Line! Base hit! Left center field! 1 scores! Langford around third. She's going to score. The throw towards the plate. And the hitter to second. And we are tied at 9 on Hernandez's 2-run single in the top of the 7th inning. The B-Diggers have played at 6. Placed it in the perfect spot. And there's no doubt, you've got a walk rule If you're Weld Central, you don't pitch to Rule. No way. She's 1 for 3, a line out, hit by pitch, a pop out, and a single, but they're going to pitch to her. This is crazy. The pitch, high. 1 ball and no strikes. Lefevre's at third. Hernandez, who has 2 hits in the inning, is at second. Yeah, how they're pitching to Rule is beyond me. That's not the right play. She's too good of a hitter. You load the bases for Lambert. The pitch. That's a strike. Throw to third and back in there. Well, that's a risky play. I mean, she did pick off a base runner earlier in the game, and Williamson's got a great arm. 1 ball and 1 strike. An incredible rally for the Beat Diggers in the top of the 7th. The pitch. Outside. Took something off it on pitch number 105. 2-1. Are they going to pitch around Rule? Because you pitch to her, she could give the Beat Diggers the lead. She's a top hitter. 2-1 pitch. Way outside. Yeah, I think you got to pitch around her. It's crazy. You don't pitch to this player. She's too good for Brush. She's got a lot more experience. You've got to let Lambert give Brush the lead. If you're Weld Central, the Beat Diggers would love Rule to come through. But they've got to give her a pitch to hit. And the 3-1. That's low. And the bases are loaded. And here is Reese Lambert, who is 0 for 4. That's why I did not understand why they even pitched a Rule. Let's see if we'll have a pitching change. Tied at 9 in the top of the 7th inning. Hernandez started the rally. She kept it going with that 2-run single. Just some clutch hitting for the Beat Diggers. And they're a wild pitch or anything like that away from regaining the lead, which they haven't had since the 3rd inning. Conference inside the circle. High Plains Bank in Wiggins keeps banking simple with no monthly maintenance fees and no monthly balances. Visit highplainsbank.com. Brush 9, Weld Central 9. In the top of the 7th inning, Reese Lambert has popped to first, grounded to the circle. Then she popped to short and reached on a ground ball to second that was misfielded. 0 for 4 in the game. Can Reese come through to give the Beat Diggers the lead? The pitch, swung on, grounded slowly foul along the third base side. No balls and 1 strike. Tremendous rally by the Beat Diggers in Keansburg. They were left for dead going into the inning, but they kept going and have not given up. The 0-1 pitch, up and away. Watch out if you Rule at first. I think Rule is trying to entice a throw over there. I think Braylon is trying to entice a throw, even though there are 2 runners in front of her. 1-1, swung on and fouled back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Weld Central will have the advantage if the Beat Diggers don't score anymore, because all they would need is a run in the bottom of the 7th inning to win the game. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch to Lambert. Swung on, driven in the air to left field. Stam is going back. She's under it, and she makes the grab. She made the grab in left field, but not before the Beat Diggers did major damage in the inning. For the Brush Beat Diggers in the top of the 7th inning, 6 runs on 4 hits. There were 2 errors, and the bases were left loaded. We head to the bottom of the 7th. We are still going in Keansburg. It's Brush 9, Weld Central 9 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Gordon Insurance is local. That means our customers stop in while running errands to pay premiums.
First pitch is a strike in the bottom of the 7th inning. On Ryan to Hernandez, the pitch. Swung on and fouled. No balls and 2 strikes. Anastasia Hernandez, the pitcher of record, has lined out, singled, and grounded out. 1 for 3. The Beat Diggers have got to hold Weld Central in check to go to the 8th inning. Brush 9, Weld Central 9. The pitch in the dirt, blocked by Aguirre Garcia. 1 ball and 2 strikes. An instant classic from Keansburg. The pitch, swung on and lifted to right field. Lefevre to her right is going to make the grab. There's 1 down. One down for Kayla Kitzman, who has struck out, popped out, and grounded out 0 for 3. What a game. This looked like a blowout, and the Bead Diggers have now come all the way back, trying to force an 8th inning. The pitch in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Kitzman, the number 6 hitter in the lineup. What a victory this would be for the Bead Diggers when they were down 9-3 in the 7th. The pitch down and in. It's 2-0. 1 run wins the game for Weld Central. 2 balls and no strikes, and Mason Unrein is now the pitcher of record for the Bead Diggers since they have come back in this game. 2nd inning of work. The pitch. That is inside and low. 3-0. Three balls and no strikes to Kayla Kitzman. The offering. That's upstairs. It's a 4-pitch walk. Will they be running? Barisa's got an excellent arm behind the plate. Samantha Stam has popped out twice and singled. Her base hit was into right center. Unrein looks in at the target. The pitch. Swung on and tapped. Looked like it got part of the hitter. That's a foul ball. That's a foul ball. It got the hitter on the left foot. No balls and 1 strike. And I have to tell you, I'm surprised she swung at that pitch. It was low, and she just threw 4 balls out of the zone. That did the Bead Diggers a favor. That's very puzzling why you would swing at the first pitch, and which was not a strike, after walking the previous hitter on 4 pitches. But the Bead Diggers will take it 0-1. And the temperature has dropped drastically. The pitch, swing and a miss. Threw it at right by her. It's 0-2. The game time temperature was at 97 degrees. And now we're sitting at 87 degrees. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on and grounded to short. Rule is going to underhand to second for 1. No throw to first. 2 down. Two down for Leah Rupel, who's walked and popped out twice. 1 out away of the Bead Diggers from going to the 8th inning. The pitch. Swung on and grounded slowly to third. Fielded by Bruno. Throw to first, and we're going to the 8th inning. Weld Central has a runner on base, and that's it. 7 innings in the books. It's Brush 9, Weld Central 9 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran with you as we head to the 8th inning. Incredibly enough, the Brush Bead Diggers, trailing 9-3, 3 outs away from losing this game, have forced an 8th inning. 6 runs in the 7th. Here's Carly Tatalini, who's 0 for 3. The pitch, a strike. Took something off it on the inside corner. She's walked, grounded into a fielder's choice, popped out and reached on an error. Hernandez still in the circle for Weld Central. The offering. That's on the outside corner, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Carly Tatalini. The offering. Swung on, grounded foul along the first base side. Weld Central made 2 critical errors in that 7th inning, extending the Bead Digger rally, and then Hernandez gave the Bead Diggers the tie game with that 2-run single. And the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded foul, right side. 115, but, you know, softball pitchers have rubber arms. It doesn't matter. It's a natural motion. Tatalini, Unrein, and Cashlin Tatalini. 3, 4, and 5 for Brush in the top of the 8th inning. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, high. 1-2. Yeah, score at least a run here. Mason Unrein looks good. You get a run or two, although The heart of the order is going to be coming up for Weld Central. Swung on, popped up. Second baseman Park comes in and makes the grab. Avery Park puts it away, one down. Got way underneath that one. Mason Unrein looking for her first hit is 0 for 4. 3 pop-ups and a ground out. Attempting to help her own cause. The pitch. Swung on, line, base hit into left field on a pitch that was up in the zone. Mason Unrein has Brush's 11th hit of the game. Here's Cashlin Tatalini, who has singled twice, popped out and walked. 2 for 3. Anastasia Hernandez twirls that softball, the pitch. Swung on, grounded weakly, third base side, and the ball is bobbled out there and safe. Now Unrein to throw to second. She's going to be out. Why did Unrein overrun the bag? No reason to. The ball was in the infield. It'll go as an error, and then Unrein is tagged out at second. The Bee Diggers with a big miscue on the bases. Tatalini's officially 2 for 4. But again, on that miscue, Tatalini, check that Unrein was tagged out. She overran the bag at second after the play was muffed in the infield. It would have been first and second with only 1 out. Now it's runner at first with 2 down. And that throw got her easily as the tag was applied by Avery Park. 5-4. The pitch. That is a strike to Amaya Bruno. She's hitting back in her spot that Keely Langford occupied for the at-bat in the previous inning, which resulted in a base hit and an RBI. Bruno is 1 for 2. The offering. Swung on, lined to the second baseman, and it takes a crazy bounce. It's going to be a base hit. Runner to third, and nearly to the plate. Boy, that's a wide turn by Tatalini. It'll be a base hit. It was kind of hit off the end of the bat, so it took that little bounce and then kind of died in the dirt. Bruno with her second hit. Yeah, a ton of English. Brisa Aguirre Garcia has doubled and struck out. Anything to give the Bee Diggers the lead. 1 for 2 in the game. The Bee Diggers now have 12 hits in this game. Tied at 9 in the top of the 8th inning. The offering. Swung on, driven in the air to center field. Way back, still going back, and the catch is... Or the ball's dropped out there in center field. A run is going to score. Another run around third. Throw to the plate. Is going to go to the backstop. The third is Aguirre Garcia. And the Bee Diggers lead 11-9. It went off the glove of Bailey Park. It looked like she had it. Looked like she had it right in the glove, and it popped out. It's going to be scored a 2-run error. She was right there. I mean, it hit center of the glove and popped out. And the Bee Diggers lead by 2. And for Weld Central, that is their 5th error of the game. As Aguirre Garcia gets to third. It was well struck, but that's a catch that is made. Every time the pitch in the dirt. Lefevre's 1 for 3. There is a courtesy runner at third for Brush. On the 5th error of the game committed by Weld Central, the Bee Diggers with 2 down, 2 unearned runs. The pitch swung on, line foul. Third base side. And with the way Unrein threw in the previous inning, watch out in the previous 2 innings. The count is sitting at 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, I'm not sure how Park dropped that ball. She just didn't squeeze it. Didn't squeeze it. She was clearly under it. The pitch. Outside. I mean, she was still going back, but she was not on the dead run. Not on the dead run at all. 2 balls and 1 strike to Avery Lefevre. Brush has scored the last 8 runs of the game. The pitch in the dirt, blocked by Williamson. 3 balls and 1 strike, approaching the top of the hour. To Avery Lefevre. The offering. Swung on line and off the glove of the shortstop, Kidsman, on the dive. The ball squirts into left field. A run scores. It's going to be a base hit for Lefevre, and it's 12-9 Brush. That was a dive. That's why, even though that scored it out of the glove, it was a dead dive by Kidsman. So that scored a base hit. Hernandez started the rally and then tied the game in the 7th inning. 2 for 2. The pitch. Swung on, popped up. This should end the inning. The center fielder parked to her right. Makes the catch. But the Bee Diggers scored 3 unearned runs in that inning. On 3 hits, there were 2 humongous errors and a base runner left. 7 1/2 innings have been played in Keensburg. It's Brush 12, Weld Central 9 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. First pitch is a ball to begin the bottom of the 8th inning. The Bee Diggers with a 12-9 lead at Keensburg. The pitch swung on line, and that is a base hit along the line, headed for the corner by Tessa Hebert, rounding first, headed to second, and it's a leadoff double for Hebert, who's now 2 for 4. And here come the Rebels. The Bee Diggers scored all 3 runs in the top of the 8th inning with 2 outs. A 2-run error by the center fielder, Bailey Park, and then a base hit by Avery Lefevre. And this is the dangerous part of the lineup for Weld Central. Avery Park is 2 for 3 with a triple and an inside the Parker. And that's her previous 2 at-bats. The pitch. Swung on. That ball's grounded right side. It's going to be a tough play. There's nobody there at first. And here comes a runner towards the plate. Now Hebert back to third. It'll be an infield hit. That was hit wide of first off the end of the bat. Nothing Hernandez could do, and there was nobody covering first anyway. So just like that, the tying run is at the plate. And Bailey Park, who was grounded out, popped out, and singled twice, 2 for 4. 2 hits to begin the inning. The pitch, and that's a strike on the outside corner. I'm not sure. I have no idea. Braylon Rule is playing in at short. I'm not sure why. It's a 3-run lead. You play back to protect and give yourself more room, but we'll see. You don't have to cut the run off at the plate. You're up by 3 runs. The pitch swung on and foul to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. The Bee Diggers have 13 hits in the game. Weld Central with 11. Brush is stranded 9, though, even though they have 12 runs, and Weld Central's left only 5. No balls and 2 strikes to the number 2 hitter in the lineup. All right-handed hitters for Weld Central and Bailey Park. And the 0-2 pitch upstairs. Avery Park remains at first, not wanting to take a chance, with Reese Lambert at third. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Brisa lays down the sign. The pitch swung on, driven in the air to right field. Lefevre to her right will make the running catch. Runner tags at third. Throw to the plate is going to be late. Runner holds up at first. It's a sac fly for Bailey Park. Brush 12, Weld Central 10. Well, you get the out. That's all you need at this point. Cashley Hayden, 0 for 2, but she's been on base 3 times. Hit by a pitch, walk, reached on an error. The offering, swing and a miss through that heater right by her on the outer half. It's 0-1. Mason Unrein has done a nice job coming into the game in the 6th inning after Lefevre went 5. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Swung on, lifted left side of the infield. Backing up is Braylon Rule. Makes the catch on the edge of the grass. 2 down. Tess Williamson is 2 for 4. Has popped out, singled twice, and struck out looking. Wow, what a comeback by the Bee Diggers. Trailing 9-3, and we'll recap this game as soon as the final out is made, hopefully with this hitter. Just past the top of the hour, this is 1010 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Weldona, KSIR.com, and on the TuneIn app. The pitch, changeup is fouled. No balls and one strike. Here to Tess Williamson. With a runner at first, 2 down, 12-10 Brush in the bottom of the 8th inning, the pitch. And that is low. And now the throw to second. They might have the runner throw back to first to tag it. It's off the glove of Hernandez, but no advance. She tried to catch it and tag at the same time. That's not going to work. Oh, they could have had the base runner out for the final out of the game. She was caught between first and second, but Avery Park dove back to first. Nonetheless, if you get the hitter, none of this matters. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 on, 1 across, and 2 down. The right-handed hitting catcher, Tess Williamson, in a game that is 2 hours old, awaits the pitch, and here it is. Swung on, fouled off to the right, and out of play. Can Unrein put it away? She struck out the side in the 6th inning. Did not allow a run in the 7th when the Bee Diggers had to keep it tied at 9. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Anastasia Hernandez is on deck. The pitch, up and in. Oh, that was close, but it was high. 2-2 to Tess Williamson. At first is Avery Park. Slightly open stance for the right-handed hitter. Unrein to the plate. Swung on and tapped foul along the third base side of the dugout occupied by Brush. Stays at 2-2. The game that will never end, at least it seems that way. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2-run lead for Brush. The pitch, upstairs. Runner goes to second, throw's going to be late. Delayed steal for Park. Again, that doesn't matter. She scores, it's only 12-11. 3-2 to Tess Williamson. The pitch, swung on, lifted infield, and diving is Braylon Rule. It drops for a hit. Runner headed to the plate will score. Nearly a collision between Rule and Lambert as that was hit in no man's land, so to speak. Let's see. Rule is getting up slowly, but it didn't have much trajectory. It was a little flare out there in front of the second base bag, and she laid out. Couldn't make the play. It's a straight-up base hit. It's 12-11. Oh, Braylon did everything in her power to make that play, but not enough altitude on that ball. And it's a run on a flare. She's okay. So here's Anastasia Hernandez. Weld Central stays alive with that infield flare that scored the base runner, Avery Park. Anastasia Hernandez is lined to short, singled, grounded to short, and popped to right. She's got plenty of pop in the bat. Mason Unrein looking for that final out. The pitch, that's a strike with some heat on the outer half. Bell tie, it's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Open stance for this right-handed hitter. Williamson, the tying run at first base. The pitch. That's right there. Same location. It's 0-2. Well, now Hernandez has to protect. Again, down to their final strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Unrein, 1 pitch away. Here it is. Swung on and fouled off the end of the bat, first base side. Be another 0-2 pitch. Here to Anastasia Hernandez with a runner at first. Here it is. Swung on and grounded right back to the pitcher. Underhand toss to first, and the Brush Speed Diggers have won the game. Unrein makes the play, and the Bead Diggers have defeated the Weld Central Rebels 12-11 in 8 innings. Post-game show is brought to you by Advanced Agri Solutions. Make sure the nutrients you purchase for your field are getting to your crops. Get a full plan of seed, food, and water with Advanced Agri Solutions. Call Dusty or Roxy. Dusty or Roxy, that is, John. 970-571-2024. Advanced Agri Solutions. For the Bead Diggers, 12 runs on 13 hits, 4 errors, 9 left on base. 11 runs for Weld Central, 12 hits, 5 errors, and 6 left on base. The winning pitcher, Mason Unrein, and the loss went to Anastasia Hernandez. Time of the game, 2 hours and 4 minutes. And basically, this recap starts in the 7th inning. The Bead Diggers were up 2-0 after 2.5. Weld Central controlled the game thereafter, and then it was 9-3 going into the 7th. And Alicia Hernandez got the rally started with a base hit. And then Braylon Rule also singled. Let's take you through that frame. After those base hits in the top of the 7th inning, then Reese Lambert reached on an error. Carly Tatalini reached on an error, scoring 2 runs, making it 9-5. An RBI groundout for Mason Unrein made it 9-6. Cashlyn Tatalini was walked. Healy Langford with an infield single drove in a run, making it 9-7. And then after Brisa Aguirre Garcia struck out for the second out, it was Avery Lefevre walking, preceding Alicia Hernandez's second hit of the game, a 2-run single, tying the game at 9. And then 3 runs in the top of the 8th inning as they got to a 2-run error. It was a 2-run error off the bat of Brisa Aguirre Garcia. Avery Lefevre with an RBI single. Weld Central scored a run, make it 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning, but the Bead Diggers pull it off, winning by a score of 12-11, dropping Weld Central to 5-6, while the Bead Diggers moved to 2-1. Bead Diggers are back in action coming up on Thursday at 4 o'clock. They take on Strasburg in Brush. We'll have it right here on 1010 KSIR. An incredible victory for the Bead Diggers. I'm John Beltran with a final score, once again, in 8 innings. Brush 12, Weld Central 11 in Keensburg. And you heard all the action right here on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.